Potential seizure warning. I didn't know that was in the, yeah. If you're having a seizure, stop.
Is that what the seizure warning is for?
Yeah, people who have seizures, I mean, you know how they are. You just need to tell them to stop. That's the first tip. And then the next tip is if you see someone having a seizure, this is medical advice, by the way. If you see someone having a seizure, just run up to them and like make sure you grab them as hard as you can and like shake them. Knock them out, actually, if you can. If you can like get a good swing on the jawline. You put your foot in their, no, you put your wallet in their mouth and then like you hold them down and then you beat the shit out of them. You think we should be paying attention to this cutscene?
I'm not.
Okay, good. You know how like in like old movies, whenever they had to do like a stunt with animals, they would just have the animal do the fucking stunt and the animal would just like die often. What if they tried to do that for like one of those old Tron movies?
What stunt would they have an animal do? I don't think there were animals in Tron.
Well, no, I mean people. Would I dematerialize you for $1? $1? Like a US dollar? Yeah, probably. Did you know that girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider?
Fascinating. Tell me more.
It's real. I can't remember the follow-up line.
Someone goes to college to get more knowledge.
Yeah.
Someone goes to Jupiter to get more stupider.
Right. Your mom goes to Venus to... yeah, I'm liking this game so far. Oh man, you know what I just got reminded of by fucking diving the water? I just got reminded of the Flash game Dolphin Olympics 2.
I've never heard of that in my whole life.
It is not a Flash game of any particular like significant note. It's just a game where you play as a dolphin in the water and you like fly up and jump out of the water and do like flips and shit. There's not enough dolphin games lately.
What's that old Sega Genesis game? Is that Echo the Dolphin?
Brett's saying Echo the Dolphin's his favorite fucking game.
I think that says more about Brett than it says about Echo the Dolphin.
Can we pull up the Metacritic for Echo the Dolphin right now and read angry reviews about it to Brett's face?
PC version released in 2000 is an 84 on Metacritic. Echo the Dolphin Defender of the Future, a PS2 game released in 2002, has a 71 on Metacritic. Echo the Dolphin, which I think is just the Genesis version released on Xbox Live Arcade, 2007, has a 53 on Metacritic. So results are varied and inconclusive.
The court finds Echo the Dolphin guilty on 2 counts of manslaughter, 1 count of perjury,
1 count of aggravated sexual assault.
Yeah.
Dolphins? A little.
It's funny how we observe that behavior in dolphins and we're like, what can we do with this? I don't know, these dolphins are kind of horny. You think we could teach them English?
If you were to think, how do we teach a very intelligent animal to speak English? What process would you come up with?
Well, I wouldn't start at dolphin handjobs. I would definitely have to, it would take a lot more work for me to get there than what the CIA did.
But do you think dolphin handjobs would be involved?
I mean, shit, how much money and time do I have?
Theoretically, let's say as much as you need.
Is my goal just to teach like any animal that can't really understand speech, just teach it to like, respond
we're specifically
to English?
Focusing on dolphins.
Okay, we're specifically going dolphins here?
Yes, I think we're looking for them to comprehend the English language such that they could perhaps read written orders or understand human speech.
Shit, that's pretty tough. I guess that's literally what the government attempted, but...
Yeah. That's why I'm asking, what process would you attempt? Because they went for LSD and hand jobs.
Is surgically attaching arms to dolphins and then teaching them sign language cheating? That's a good question. Is that cheating?
If you could get it to work, no. I mean, you'd have to invent the technology to give a dolphin functioning prosthetic robot arms.
Once we get that, we can probably get that sorted, yeah.
How do you teach them the language? What is the process?
We have to teach it how to use the arms. We have to establish all of the things that it can do with arms. Then it can, oh, actually, wait, maybe not. Then it'll give itself its own hand jobs and it'll never learn English. Maybe this is the kind of project where you you put some time and money into it, then you get like sunken cost fallacy, and then you kind of just have to like repurpose it. So maybe we can like weaponize the dolphins. That seems a lot easier. Like how they weaponized bats in World War II.
How did they weaponize bats in World War II?
They put napalm in them.
Oh.
They were going to use them on Japan because like Japan had a lot of wooden buildings. And it totally worked. But then we discovered this other like really effective weapon.
I'm getting some Anthem vibes off of this. I'm getting like the Anthem gameplay trailer.
I actually like last night or something, I on a whim, I was like, I wonder what the Anthem subreddit's looking like. Every thread in that subreddit is just like, hey, is this game a good pickup for like $5? Yeah, I've played like 300 hours, man. Yeah, it's a great game. But there's like a couple hundred active users.
That game was born to die.
Yeah. I think BioWare may have made better games at some point. Oh, sparklies. Wait, no, I'm lying. It's an optical illusion.
Damn those mirages.
Holy fuck, I just remembered I have 2 Warframes, like, completed building in Warframe.
Yeah, what prompted that line of thought?
There's a Warframe called Mirage. And I play Mirage all the goddamn time.
Also in CS.
Also in Counter-Strike, yes, that too.
It seems like whenever we queue for CS, I mean, we don't queue for very many maps.
Yeah, we queue for 3 maps. We queue for fucking Mirage, Inferno, sometimes Overpass.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Agency sometimes. Feeling spicy.
Yeah. I like how we're feeling spicy. We play the worst map. We don't play like fucking Nuke. We don't play Dust 2.
I mean, is Agency worse than Office? Our group, it gets a little picky with map selection in CS. So.
Yeah, a little picky. In the same way that like children are picky and that they only want like chicken nuggets, fucking like onion rings or Oreos for dinner. And if you're the parent, you're not gonna fucking pick Oreos for them. What really annoys me with the fucking map pool in Counter-Strike is they just won't do community maps in the active duty pool for like no reason.
Fucking pour one out for my homie Sub-Zero. Wish that would come back. I still vividly remember that we were playing on Sub-Zero when we met fucking Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug.
Yeah. To tell what little is left of the full story of Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug, there was a man in our Counter-Strike lobby who did not speak on the microphone. His name was Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug, and all he would type in text chat is Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug. There's like not a lot of those just like people who play with fucking meme profiles and profile names that work, but I don't know what it was about Doug from Nickelodeon's Doug, but he had it. He had it.
Are you flying into the sun? What is happening?
There's a star here. It does kind of look like the sun. I mean, not that I could identify the sun in a visual lineup of stars.
Yeah, oh man, I don't know, officer. He was big and bright.
They pull up the fucking like shutter where they have all the suns lined up in a row. It's like
the nuke scene from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Fucking open the shutter and the fucking.
I think if Billy Mays would have advertised Orbeez, I think they would be a worldwide phenomenon.
Do people still remember Billy Mays?
I mean, Americans probably do. He was loud and he was really good at just staring at a camera with a smile. You can't replicate that. That's why the fucking Shamwow slap chop guy, Vince, that's why he like strangled his like wife or whatever. Or was that a prostitute? I actually don't remember.
I'll look it up. What's his last name?
Vince Slapchop.
He was married to this woman. He had a daughter with her. She filed for divorce in 2018. And that's the entirety of what Wikipedia says about his personal life.
I'm like 99% certain that he like choked a prostitute. But that might not be under personal life.
No, it's under legal issues.
Yeah, that would be a legal issue.
February 7th, 2009, Offer and a 26-year-old prostitute were arrested in Miami Beach, Florida after a physical altercation. The police report stated that the women had bitten onto Offer's tongue and refused to let go, at which point Offer began beating her and left her with lacerations and fractures. Police later released photos of the bloodied Offer, hotel room, and the battered woman. Prosecutors later declined to file formal charges against either person. When Offer later spoke of the arrest, he stated, "It probably saved my life."
I mean, yeah, maybe it set him straight again.
In 2011, he was sued by a former personal assistant who alleged that he stalked and emotionally abused her, forced her to be with him at all times, groped her, and offered her $20,000 for her to vacation with her family in exchange for her eggs. So,
kind of a mixed record with women there, Vince Shamwow.
Yeah.
Not a glowing report card. Not straight A's. Great using his product. I had to break kayfabe on commercials for TV, but I don't think Vince actually manufactured the Shamwow.
Offer owns, produces, and appears in television commercials for his products Shamwow,
Wait, really?
The slap shop, the sticky.
The sticky. That's a fucking
lint
dance
roller.
move that Germa does. Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't know he actually owned, like, okay, that's where he gets his fucking money then. He's got that Shamwow money.
He owns Shamwow, he owns Slap Shop, he owns Sticky. Oh my god.
Dude, if I were in his position, which I mean hopefully never, I'm not really a fan of like getting into physical altercations with prostitutes and or abusing assistants. But like if I was, I would absolutely scream at someone that I own Sticky. Like Lil B owns swag, I own Sticky.
If someone said to someone else, hey, can you hand me the Sticky, I wouldn't assume lint roller until like number 4 or 5 down the list.
Yeah, you would start reaching for the fucking weed drawer.
Shamwow in Japan.
So true, bestie. It is Shamwow in Japan.
You getting this, camera guy?
Did he just say you getting this camera guy to him? Okay, this guy's actually fucking hilarious. Hold on, let me go to primeshop.jp real quick. See if I can buy one of these.
Wouldn't buy a normal ShamWow. Have to get one imported specially from Japan.
I bought exactly one thing from one of those like Japanese import sites.
Did you buy a jacket?
Yeah, I bought the Ace Combat jacket because I'm a asshole. Reading list, recommended ingredients and items, cafe and bar, Prime Cafe. Oh, they still sell stuff. They just sell like ingredients, like Italian ingredients, and Omega Virgin olive oil, Anthem Player olive oil.
Damn.
I'm sorry, anyone who plays Anthem. I don't mean that, but also you'll never hear this. Yeah, like you see those headlines that are like, first person who will live to like 120 years old was probably born today, you know? What if you saw there was like a paper, like a research study that some like college did that was like, the first person that will be born in Orb has probably already been born.
First person to be born in Orb, likely born today.
Yeah, likely. Yeah, we're pretty sure
somebody has now been born in Orb.
Yeah, we're pretty sure somebody out there is an Orb and is now alive today, but we don't know where. All right, game, show me the Voyager disc. Show me that letter written by JFK that's like, hello, if you are reading this, you are in space.
Nice impression, 10 out of 10.
I'm sorry, I didn't commit to it fully. That's what JFK sounds like to an alien.
I heard the change in cadence, so I knew you were trying to do something.
No, that was just like my general greeting aliens voice. That wasn't a JFK.
Speaking of JFK, they're bringing back Clone High.
I thought you were saying, speaking of JFK, they're bringing him back. They're resuscitating him right now. Well, we beat the Orb game.
It certainly was a vehicle for conversation.
Yeah. What the hell? There's crosses? Oh no, that's the camera. Never mind. I'm sorry. Those have been there literally the entire time. I was like, what?
We had a discussion.
I know
about
we
it
did.
At the
I remember.
too.
Look, I'm tired, man. Really looked and thought, wow, this is like that infomercial ball/frisbee. And holy fuck, I remember that. What was that called?
Frisbee ball.
Yeah, it was like a ball that you could fucking squish into a frisbee shape and throw it. I had one of those actually. Flat ball. Yes. Holy shit.
Flat ball.
Yes, a flat ball.
Isn't that something Tom Brady did?
Yes. Yes, that is something that Tom Brady. Well, I mean, it wasn't flat, but yes, that is something Tom Brady did. Man, now I want to watch the flat ball infomercial. It's flat ball. These kids on this fucking acre of property are fucking having the time of their lives. I played with this in my fucking government-subsidized apartment. Oh, should I change Twitch category? Hold on. Leave it on XO1. No, I'm just gonna put post orb clarity. Imagine being like the one of the other two people who were streaming fucking XO1, and then you go to the category and it's like your stream, fucking like 1 viewer, and then my stream like 10 viewers at the top, and I'm watching fucking Betty Crocker fill it and fuck it or whatever it's called.
Jesus Christ, Tyro.
What is this called? I don't remember.
To order your Betty Crocker 100-piece
2 Morgan Avenue. Are you Betty Crocker?
Mrs. Crocker, I'd like to buy your piping bag and tip set.
Mrs. Crocker, as I understand it, you're like 700 years old. I don't believe in everybody who keeps saying that, you know, you're past your prime. I think, if anything, you haven't hit your prime yet. Oh my god. I forgot about Phloem.
What percentage of that do you think is microplastics?
Oh, it's like 99%, right?
I bet any of that stuff that's still around is just disintegrated at this point.
Yeah.
It's fucking sludge.
This is especially bad because it's like, put it on everything.
And you remember that craze of like mechanical robot pets?
I had one of those iDogs that like dances with whatever you play on your iPod, but I didn't have an iPod, so the iDog just did this thing where it was like, it would do like a sad like looks down when you didn't have something connected to it, which is good for like feedback if like your thing is like, you know, you have to plug the thing into the iDog. It makes sense. But when you for some reason only have an iDog and no iPod, you just have a sad iDog that's sad until it dies.
That's
It's pretty awesome.
that's animal abuse.
Use animal abuse.
Hey, it's everyone's favorite fucking
Snake
government spy.
and or government spy. Yeah. Apparently, there's people out there who make like the snake Furby creatures and sell them.
The snake Furby creatures?
Yeah, you never seen like the Furby that's like fucking like 10 feet long? Well, maybe not 10 feet, but like really long. Oh, yeah, here we go. Like these. This one's on Etsy.
Oh,
Look at that.
God.
Made to order.
That's fucked.
Yeah, people.
Pretty sure I've seen that in a horror game.
Yeah, people love them. There's not really an expression on a Furby that looks good, which is weird because their eyes can get caught in so many like different open states.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on is available without a prescription at retailers nationwide.
Fucking incredible ad.
Classic.
Outstanding ad. So
Just a
simple.
classic.
Just taking like literally like 5 minutes in a fucking booth.
I'd say it took less than that.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's so much fun. I love it.
That guy just flipped this ball back and forth and said, "It's sick. It's so much fun. I love it."
I want to buy it now.
Fushi. Call now to order fushi.
That guy just said the word fushi. He didn't even...
Bacon bowl meatloaf, blue
Oh, yeah.
cheese burger bowl,
Ugh.
and more. Yours
Oh,
free.
beans.
But wait.
Beans.